Okay, I am going to show you how to use the vendor portal. So, I'm on my iPad. It can be done on a phone or on a laptop. And I've already logged into my vendor portal. And I'm going to, if you see over here on the right hand side, the one in orange still needs to be accepted or rejected. So I'm going to work with that one. I'm on the third one down. I just click on it. And I'm going to hit the green accept. And let's pretend like we already finished that work. Well, first, let's schedule it. So I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow. The arrival window, maybe an hour. Enter a time, let's say 2 p.m. And then hit schedule job. Okay. You also will need to text the tenant. And if you scroll up and look over here, on the left-hand side, there's a place for tenant. However, being this property doesn't have a tenant yet, you're not going to see that information. But if there's a tenant in place, right there on the left, it'll say tenant, and you can click right on their phone number and text them right here within this app. All right, let's pretend like we've already done this work. So I'm going to come back, and I'm going to, at the bottom middle of the screen, click on work done. All right, submit the work order is done. Yes. Now, an extra little benefit, this little bottom right-hand corner, status work order changed to work done. Great. You can either wait for that little green bar to go all the way down, or you could just click the X and get rid of it so that you can scroll down. And now you can add notes. So from here, I would say something. All right, and then we're going to save the note. The other thing you can do here is you can add photos. So a lot of times we like to see the after photos. So on the top middle of the screen, you can see it says drag images or choose photos. So you can hit choose photos and either take a photo, which I'll go ahead and do now. I'm having lunch. How do you like it? All right. Bottom hand right corner, use photo. Okay, and then save that note. Sorry, it won't let you put a picture in without adding a note. And I'm just going to say lunch. All right, save note. Okay, now the last step is to invoice. So instead of having to turn around and email us an invoice, you can use our function to do the invoice. So it's still saying please wait. Let's wait until that's done. All right, there we go, finally. All right, I'm gonna click that bottom right-hand corner, that X, get rid of that. So we've saved the note. Now, go back to the top left screen where it says back to work order detail, hit that back button, scroll back down, and then at the bottom right, click on invoice. Here you can either, when you scroll all the way to the bottom, upload your own invoice or simply use our own system to create an invoice. So click create invoice. I'm going to say, I'm using my little microphone. Quantity. So you may have a quantity for each thing, or you may just want to submit an hourly. So I'm just going to put a 1 because I pretty much just am going to submit the total cost here for this job as a full invoice amount and not break down the hour on it. And so this job was $120. Okay. Now, if you did multiple things, you're going to come down to this green line, hit the plus, and let's say and maybe this one has a separate price of, let's say $75. Okay. And we'll add another item. Let's say I did something else. I'm going to put, well, I mean, you could put whatever. You could put 4. It depends on your billing and invoicing system of what you put in quantity. You have to put something there. So, and let's say that was $25. Of course, it'll probably be more than that, right? But being I put a quantity of 4, then you can see it put the amount as 100. Now, if you have many things that you did and you want to just make note of them so that the invoice is complete, because we want to see a complete invoice, then I'm going to leave that as 0, okay? Because maybe I'm going to add another item here and put maybe this is a whole unit turn, and I'm going to put 0, and or I'm going to put the amount. So point being, the way that you list all the things needed on your invoice is to click on add that line item, but everything may not need a price. So you could leave 0 and then just do a grand total on the very last thing that you did, and just the line item could then just say, I'll get rid of this and I'll just do here total. All right. And I didn't add all of these guys up, so we've got one. Let's see, it does it for me. It's $295. All right, this additional cost, let's just say that was, $100. All right, and then I would click on submit invoice. Of course, I'm not going to do that because this is just a test run and I don't want to create that invoice, so I'm going to click cancel. But when you click submit invoice, it will automatically attach the invoice to that work order and send your property manager an email that you have added the invoice. Also, anytime you add any notes, it'll send the property manager an email that you added notes. And a good way to use the notes is to submit estimates. You could type into the notes everything that needs to be done and the price, break it down as it needs to be, and submit the note, and that could be used as an estimate. All right, I hope this helps.